Justin Shorter, one of the more dependable threats on the team, caught 40 or 45 balls last year. Obviously, the Penn State transfer, 3 catches this past week, but he left the Georgia game. And Keon Zipper, of course, we remember him. I'm talking about people that don't follow Florida football every day and watch every play, but big recruit a couple of years ago. He's got 13 receptions this year. So what's their status?
Yeah, Mark, Justin Shorter is it looks like questionable. Billy Napier said in his Wednesday press conference that he's been very limited in practice this week. He did come up, it looked like a hamstring injury versus Georgia. Pretty sure he went back out there and played some more. But now maybe not going to make the trip to College Station. Maybe he may not play in that game. We'll see how serious it is if he even makes a trip, since it is a road game. So certainly something to watch there for the Gators. Their deep threat. He's caught a few deep balls from Anthony Richardson this year. Caught the touchdown, the opening touchdown bomb play, the opening play versus LSU for Florida's touchdown to start that game off. But then Keon Zipper, the tight end, did play versus Georgia, but coming out of that game, he put on social media the other day that his season was over. And then that got deleted. So most of us saw it out there. And then the depth chart on Wednesday comes out that he is listed as out. So it looks like, whatever he posted and then deleted, well, that was true. So it looks like Florida will be down their best tight end market. And he's probably got the best play this year so far. Going back to that Tennessee game, Anthony Richardson finds him, and he's bowling over Tennessee Vols on the way to the end zone. Their big play for Keon Zipper. So, and he was by far and away Florida's best pass catcher at the position there. So now Florida's going to go down the depth chart. Dante Zanders has kind of started alongside Keon Zipper and a lot of those two tight end sets that Billy Napier likes to use. But also now you go down to Jonathan Odom there for the Gators. He'll be the next guy up at tight end because they're fighting the injuries there after that as well. Arliss Boardingham has been out most of the season, true freshman tight end, and also Nick Elksness, who is his second season. He's a redshirt freshman. He's battling injury as well. So the tight end position, Mark, with Keon Zipper out, they don't have many options left.
Then the other absence is going to be a permanent one, and it's always difficult to see a guy that's got a ton of talent and is showing it on the field, not just potential talent, but Brenton Cox, obviously signed originally in Georgia, transfers to Florida. He's a player. He's a guy that, but it's not like he just all of a sudden did something wrong and gets dismissed from the team. But the way we understand it, this has been building and building and building with incidents in the past. How much of this do we know about?
Yeah, Mark, some thought out there, and asking around and looking at it, some interaction with staff and or fellow players there for Brenton Cox that just kind of maybe accumulated over the season, and the kind of final straw of it was after the Georgia game on Saturday. So Billy Napier even said it was a kind of accumulation of events, not just one thing. So Brenton Cox on his way out, Florida's best pass rusher, of course, but not at the Mark. He never lived up to the 5-star status that he was coming out of high school, transferring from Georgia, coming to Florida. He was a good player, and that's about what Florida got out of him. He was their best pass rusher, but not consistent. He played a little freelance at times, wasn't very consistent and holding the edge in the run game a whole lot, but did make some big plays, was their best pass rusher, was their best havoc creator there. And now Florida's going to rely on some young players and Antoine Powell-Ryland and Lloyd Summerall to kind of make up for that difference there that Brenton Cox is no longer going to give this Gator team. So did start out this season a lot in the backfield versus Utah, versus Kentucky early in the season. But not only him, but this whole front for Florida on defense, Mark, not really good at getting pressure. But now probably even worse with Brenton Cox. So, we'll see. Maybe you get a little more. Maybe you don't get the big plays that Brenton Cox would sometimes give you, but maybe you get more disciplined play to maybe limit some of the big plays the opposing offense could get when Brenton Cox was out there on the field at times.